Yes, so as I was saying, I said we're looking at tritration today. Okay, so you are going to be titrating an acid into the base. Okay, so when you enter in the lab, you're going to find that there will be a stand that's going to be put for you like this. And then to this stand, they are going to clamp what they call the burette. And then here there's going to be a beaker. So that's how they're going to clamp it. So on top here, they'll put a funnel. Right? And then here in the beaker here, you're supposed to pipette the base in here. So this base can be sodium hydroxide. It can be calcium hydroxide. You see, it doesn't matter. It can be magnesium hydroxide that you put in there, that you pipette in here. I don't know if some of you know what a pipette is. So it's going to be pipetted in here. You pipette it. A pipette is something that looks like a, it looks like this. So you use this thing to suck the sodium hydroxide. Once you suck the sodium hydroxide using this thing, then you pour it in here. Because the sodium hydroxide is going to be in tins like this. So you get this pipette, then you suck the sodium hydroxide from here, and then you pour it in the burette, in the beaker. So I said this is a burette. A burette has got numbers like this. It's calibrated. But what do you pour in here? What do you pour inside the burette? You pour an acid. What you pour in here, in the burette here, is called the acid. So you pour this acid while the valve here is closed. There's a valve here which you have to close. You have to close this valve. So you pour this acid on top here. Okay? Now, the video that I'm going to send for you, sometimes they can put the acid in the burette. Sometimes they can put the base in the, they can interchange them. But what I'm telling you is you need to put the acid in the burette, the one on top. The video I'm going to show you, they may do them the opposite. But have this understanding that inside the burette, that's where you're going to put the acid. So here in the burette, that's why you put the what? The acid. So you pour this acid until it reaches maximum of 0 here. And then here down is closed. And then what do you do? When it's on 0, here on top, you open here so that as you are pouring the acid in the burette, notice as the acid is going to be entering coming into the calcium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, you will notice that the color in here is going to change. Once the color changes, you close the valve here, and then you record how much acid has moved from on top to where the color change started. That's how you do it. So if it moved 16 cubic centimeters, so you record. If after 16 cubic centimeters, immediately you open the valve, the acid begins to drop in the sodium hydroxide. Be shaking the beaker. Shake. Continue shaking it. The acid continue pouring. Immediately you see that there is color change. Then you close the valve, and then you record how long it took you. Then you record how long it took you for that color change to take place. So it can be 16, it can be 17.5, it can be 19.5, but mostly, most titrations that you're going to use in your syllabus, they usually range from 14 to somewhere 18.5. So the ones that you're going to be using, so it will be 16.5, 16.1, 16.6, 17.1, just in that range. At least use a best titration. At least a good titration would be between 13 to at least 15. That's what I'm going to use.